How are you, Brian?
I don't know what happened there. It's kind of helped me out of the meeting.
Hi, Kay. How are you? Jessica, Nancy, Billy.
Hi, everybody.
Morning.
Afternoon. My afternoon's half over. Yours is just starting, Billy.
For sure. It's been a long morning.
Yeah, we were just on the leverage call and it just cut me off right at the end. I was just talking and for some reason the call ended. I have no idea what happened. So I felt bad. I cut him off I was getting ready to do a poll result. So I couldn't give him the results. So I'll have to post that in Facebook. So yeah, Monica and I are here to help you out today. I'm so excited. Hope everybody's doing good. Did we have any wins? Come on, somebody's gonna have something good happen. Karen and I just got back from Switzerland. We were in
Oh, Billy's
Switzerland.
got
uh,
You just came back from where?
We were in Switzerland for a week. We did a cruise down the Rhine River from Amsterdam to Switzerland. We spent a week in Switzerland after going to Germany and France and the Netherlands. So we had a nice 2 weeks in Europe. And it was a nice disconnect. And we just got back Monday and I came back with a pretty bad cold. I'm just coming over it now. So that wasn't fun flying home and have my eardrum just about burst. I can't still can't hear it in my left ear. Decelerating, coming down altitude when your ears blocked up with fluid. It's not a good thing. That was painful. But we had a great trip. Who's got a win? Who's got something want to share? And I'll just keep talking if nobody raises their hand. I got another win. Carol and I, while we are in Switzerland, we got a condo under contract in Florida. So Carol and I are moving to Florida on the beach in Clearwater Beach on a condo right on the ocean. And we're going to become Florida residents and enjoy a tax-free life in Florida. So yay me. Of course, we're going to be Maine in the summer because Maine summers are a lot better than Florida summers. So Maine, we're gonna have 80-degree year round. Yeah, lucky me. So that's a win. We haven't seen the place yet. We bought it without seeing it. So we're gonna go down there Friday and take a look at it. No, that's crazy. All right, come on. Somebody has got to beat that. Who's got a win that could beat that?
I have one, Brian.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
go ahead, Monica.
you saw my hair blowing in the wind at the last call. That's because we are in Panama City, Panama, and we have a condo that we're moving into on tomorrow.
Oh,
We'll be 6 months there, 6 months in the States, right on target with our 5-year plan. So it's exciting.
wow. Panama. David Lee Roth would be proud.
Living vicariously through you both. That's amazing.
Yes, look at us. The warm weather. We're never going to see snow again, Monica.
Never.
Only in a picture. All right, Kay, give me a win.
We flew out over the weekend to California and saw the Dead Sea Scrolls at the Ronald Reagan Presidential.
Okay, you're coming in pretty low. I don't know if it's me, but you're pretty low.
My microphone's not working. We flew out to California over the weekend and saw the Dead Sea Scrolls at the Reagan Presidential Museum. It was really cool.
Ah, neat. Cool. Good for you. That's a good win. All right. And also, Jessica, what do you got?
Well, now I don't feel like it's a win because you and Monica are just, stealing my life here. Y'all are like having beach condos and stuff like that. I'm like, that's what I should be doing. But no, I'm buying another center. So I'm not. Jim and I are closing, let's see, next Friday on our second center. So I'm like, I feel like we
Hey,
shouldn't be doing this. I feel like we should be doing what y'all are doing, but instead we're doing more work. And I'm like, not okay, but it's okay. It'll be okay. It's
wait a
just not
minute,
okay.
wait a minute. I opened 10 schools. Monica's opened 5. You have to pay for those places, right? That's how we do it by
Yes,
opening
yeah.
locations, right? So we did the
Okay.
work. You'll get it. It'll come.
Okay.
All right. So you still have little kids.
I do. I still have a 6-year-old. I'm not
How's your
enjoying anything
dog?
right now.
Ours are gone. I can walk around in my underwear all day long. No kids around, okay?
Okay.
You'll have that someday. Someday you'll be able to have that. That's when you have the condo in Florida or Panama or wherever, when there are no kids around. Because with kids, you can't afford it. It's a lot cheaper when they're gone, right, Monica?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Billy, what's going on with you?
My win is that my stepson is coming to stay with us for 2 weeks with his baby. So I get to see my grandson for the next couple weeks, which I'm really excited about. He's been in Norway with his mom. And so we get to see them for the next couple weeks and have a family vacation at the end of the month. So super excited and looking forward to that.
Nothing better than grandbaby snuggles. I love that. I had a grandbaby hug this morning. It was nothing better than grandbabies. You can give them back. That's a great thing. All right. All right, so moving on now. And Monica here to help you. So what could we help you with? If nobody raised their hand, we're going to go into a mastermind format. We're just going to call on people and say, or call on people and ask you where you're struggling, and we will help you through that. So we'll tee you up with you first, Jessica.
Okay, so going back to the center that we're buying. So, all right. I knew going into it that our rates were much higher than their rates. And so we knew it was going to be kind of like a process to get them to where they need to be, because they're like $30 to $50 lower a week that as like the market in this area. But we've also just found out that they also give 2 weeks of vacation per year to each family, and that they have 10 teachers that do not pay and do not have subsidy. So I'm just trying to swallow that and figure out how we're going to go in there without making everybody mad and leave at one time. Because I know we have to make changes, but I don't want to do it all at one time. And I don't obviously want to scare everybody away, but we can't afford to do the vacation weeks, and we can't afford to keep the rates low, and we can't afford to give 10 teachers free childcare. So.
All right, so a couple things. When you looked at the financial of the business, you knew it would make a certain amount of money based on what they had now, right?
Well, not really, because we are not buying the business. We're buying the center, we're just buying the real estate. The program is a nonprofit. It probably hasn't even sustained itself in 7 years. They just kept it because the COVID money was rolling in. And then now the COVID money's gone, and their nonprofit, their major NPO is paying the deficit from the center. So no, we're not actually purchasing the business. We're starting the business out of scratch and just buying the real estate.
Okay, that's
So,
good news.
yeah.
So, so you get to make that. And let me ask you a couple more questions now. So, how many kids are there, and what's the license capacity?
The license capacity is 185, and they currently have about 83 paying students.
All right, so you got to room for about 100. And I know this center is very close to your current school, like really close. And I know you have a long waiting list. So when you bring your wait list over to the other school, you're going to obviously want to have a new set of established guidelines and rules that doesn't have all that policies in there. Now,
Yes.
when Carol and I buy rentals, our goal is to give us 2 years to get them to market rate. That's our rule of thumb. We try to slowly, we don't want to bite it all and hurt them all at once. So what you need to do is figure out what that timeline is for you. You're grandfathering people, but you're slowly making the changes over a certain period of time, whatever you and Jeremy decide what that is. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Just know that some, like your 5-year, your preschool is going to age out probably before, so they're going to be locked in, and they're the most profitable anyway. I would make the biggest changes on the kids that are easily that you don't mind losing. Infants, toddlers, the less profitable ones, or the ones you have more of a wait list from your other school that you could bring in. So if you lose them, so you just have to kind of figure out a plan of how to do that. Monica, you have anything to add?
Yes, so from the perspective of the staff, I would definitely, if you have a contact down at the local office that does the subsidy of vouchers, see if they possibly qualify for that. If not, are there other centers in your area that give free childcare for their staff, because if that's the only school in town that's doing that, then maybe you can work out something. They don't qualify for subsidy, maybe 50% off of the tuition, so that something is still coming in. More than likely, more than likely, all of the staff will not stay. So there may be some of them with children, so they may potentially just kind of eliminate themselves. But I would try to set up a way for them to try and get a subsidy voucher, if that's something that you're interested in taking. And
Yeah.
then what Brian said, if you have a long wait list, obviously you don't want everyone to leave, but you definitely want to start having the conversations with your wait list families to get those moved over as quickly as possible. I think you're in a really good position because you do have a wait list and because you're buying the real estate. Parents come and go, right? But you have a wait list and you have a proven business, and people want to be a part of your culture and your center. So I think you're in a really good position not to fret over it. Just try to help those teachers who are not paying childcare get some type of support to pay something.
Okay. Yeah. We had a meeting last week and introduced ourselves, and that was, of course, one of their questions. And, I said, well, our handbook reads the same as your handbook, because when I got the handbook, it said they give a 50% off discount. But when I read their financials, it said they had 10 kids not paying. And I'm like, our handbook is the same as your handbook, but your program didn't enforce your handbook. They let y'all have it for free. That's not your fault. So we're just going to meet with each person individually and talk about their certain situation and try to figure it out. Because I can swing a couple of free kids and I can give the rest of them 50% off. I just can't do 10 free kids. I never expected there would be 10 over there. I was just shocked. I was like, okay, because I've only ever had, a couple at a time over here that I'm giving a discount to. I've never, it's just a lot to wrap your mind around of. So, but yeah, thank you for that.
And keep in mind, you're not buying the business. It's gonna be a whole different business name. They're gonna know there's gonna be changes. So I think the easiest change is the vacation policy, because that's not costing them anything today, whereas a tuition increase is gonna hit them today. But a vacation thing is a 6 month out. It's not even gonna be in their mind. So I would change that immediately.
Yeah, I don't
Because
know any
it's-
centers around here that even do that. I was so shocked. And there's not a lot of centers that give free childcare either. There's like one, but nobody wants to work there, which is why they give free childcare. So everybody does the discount. And most people do qualify for subsidy unless you're military around here usually. So I'm really hoping that any of them that I would want to keep around are going to be able to get on that. So that way we can work something out. So.
So do
Yeah,
you
for
do
sure.
the
So just get
military?
a plan together, Jessica, and when do you take over next week?
We close next Friday on the real estate and we have to wait for the license transfer. So we probably won't officially take over until September 1st. But they told me I can come over there whenever I want and start, doing stuff if I want to. But I'm just trying to wrap my head around everything before I go over there, because I don't want to walk in and change everything out the gate. I'm trying to be mindful of these are my non-negotiables and these are things I'm just going to watch and see how this goes. And, I'm trying to go in, soft launch. But there's some things that are, the financial part of it, I can't really wait on too much. We are going to grandfather the parents in. So anybody who immediately enrolls, after we take over is going to get the new high prices, and it's going to be the other parents that are going to be grandfathered in. So.
Yeah, and you just raise them
Nowhere no
slowly
cheaper.
over
That's
time.
why I'm trying to make sure I remember that if I have a parent that's upset, I'm like, you can't go anywhere else cheaper in this town. And they'll be like, but this is why I chose this center. And I'm like, yeah, but they were going to close. They weren't going to be here. So as of July 1st, you were never going to have a lower rate anymore. You weren't even going to have daycare. So yeah.
I think
And that's
Nancy,
the reason they couldn't survive. They didn't charge enough. So,
Right.
hey, I want to survive. Nancy, you have
Yeah.
something to add?
Oh, sorry.
Nancy, did you want to add something?
Oh, you're
Muted,
muted,
babe.
Nancy, sorry.
You're muted.
I'm
Nancy.
sorry. With your military, do you not get military payments? You don't
We
get the
do. We do the
military-
NACRA payments. Mhm.
Okay, I didn't know if you did that. But also, when I got rid of my vacation from my parents years ago, the way I approached it is I told them in order for me not to raise their rates as high as I would, that we're going to get rid of vacation. So that may be one way you can put it to them where it's like, well, your rates would be higher if I wouldn't get rid of this. So that'd be make
Okay.
it feel like they're getting something for nothing really. And maybe a good way for you to get that done.
Yeah,
Excellent
that's a
point.
great.
Jessica,
Shelley, you have something to add?
go ahead, Shelley.
Yeah, so I was just gonna tell you, when I raised my rates significantly, I did two things. The first thing I did was, so I'm sure that your infants are more expensive than your preschoolers, right?
Mhm.
So I told the parents that they could continue with that rate, but when they moved to the next classroom, the rate wasn't gonna go down. It was gonna go to whatever that rate is for that classroom. That
Mhm.
helped a lot. And then the other thing, oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. And my dog is like bothering me here. Um, I'll let you know if I remember the other thing.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Jessica,
Billy, you have something to add?
go ahead. Billy, you're
Muted
muted.
too, Billy.
Sorry, I had the same thing happen when I took over a center and I bought it. And it wasn't the same where I was starting from scratch, but we had an existing center. So I think it was just like you were saying, we're marrying our policies. This is who we are. This is the product we're going to bring. And I think the like your parent reviews and all of that's going to be really helpful because you do have an established company. And I heard you say it's really close, right? Our Brian said it's close to your other center. So for me, anyways, and because my locations are 20 minutes apart, but that's close from where I'm located. And we had just had families travel and families came and we filled those spots because I had the same thing. It was 2 weeks. This capacity was 50 plus, and we only had like 18 kids enrolled, and half of them were at like almost, it was less than subsidy. And it just had to end. It just had to. So we could compensate the teachers. And we also did 50% off of childcare, and many of the teachers qualified. So we did away with that. And then, like you're saying, on a case by case basis, we were subsidizing that. But I don't even offer it anymore just because it's too hard to stay afloat. So I think we all feel your pain, but it's exciting that you get to go on this new adventure and provide a wonderful place for families to go that we're going to lose care. I mean, that's what the end result was. So congratulations.
Nancy, you have
Bill.
something to add?
Yeah, just one more thing. When you're talking to your staff about not being able to do free childcare, one of the things I would explain to them is that when you have 10 kids that are free, that's a whole classroom. That
Yeah.
you have a whole classroom that you're not collecting tuition, and get them on your side. Like we can't have a whole classroom not bringing in any income to pay anybody. So I would just point it out to them in a nice way. Look, so we need to make an adjustment.
Do you
Right,
have a
sorry.
discount for staff, Jessica?
Yeah, we do 50%.
How much? 50?
50%. Mm-hmm.
Right, that's very generous. So, that's very generous. So that, that's just the way it is. But they could go find another job somewhere else and probably not even get that. So, they have to leave it up to them. Can they apply for subsidy? Is there subsidy good in your state?
Mm-hmm. It should be fine. I mean, I
We
think
require our
that the
teachers
other
to apply.
program just wasn't pushing it because they didn't care. Like they didn't care that they were losing money because they're nonprofit. It's just that's their world. I'm like, I don't live in that world. I don't understand it. But yeah. So,
At our
but yeah,
school, for our teachers to get a discount, we have to show that they've applied for subsidy and they were turned down. And if they get subsidy, then we'll eat the copay in their discount. So we eat that whatever the copay is, so that there comes zero out of pocket. But most of our teachers qualify for pretty good subsidy in our program. Now, if you have pretty good subsidy in your state, then make them apply, and at least you'll get paid full for those kids. Much
yeah.
better
I mean,
for-
I'm good with that. I'm great. I mean, they asked me how many subsidy kids can we enroll, and I was like, all of them. Like, what do you
Yep.
mean? Because we get paid way above and beyond. I know some states are different, but we get bonus money. We get bank for subsidy. So she was like, is there a limit? And I was like, no, every child you find on the street, bring them in here. I don't care. It's fine.
But make sure you make those employees apply too. That's a requirement. If you want to get a discount, that's the requirement. You have to show us you got denied that. We'll give you 50%. All right. All right. Thank you, Jessica. Let us know how it goes. Look forward to hearing next week how the opening goes. All right. Who's got the next issue? We'll kind of slide into the next one before I call somebody and put them on the spot. All right, Shelley, what's up?
Okay. So I'm thinking about opening 2 centers at once. So Brian, just an update for you. I yesterday declined the one that I was thinking about that, you were encouraging me not to do. Because in the meantime, I had 2 people approach me in Downers Grove. One is my current landlord, and then another one is a church on the other end of town. Both of them are saying that they'll pay for all of the construction, and one of them, the church one, has the room and everything already set up. So it's minor, but they're both very small. Like one would be under 50 kids, and then the other one would be a preschool only, so like 20 kids. I ran the numbers. I like the numbers, but I don't know about doing 2 small centers at the same time. So I was wondering if anybody
so
had done that.
let's put out to the group. It's not just me, but would you open a center for 20? It's an awful lot of work. It's as much work as a 100-child center, and
So
very little profit.
yeah, and for that one, it's it's in the same building as my smaller center, and I literally do nothing there. And I can use the same director. So it's almost like an extension of that one, but it is not connected from the inside, if that makes sense. So I don't have to hire a director.
I'm sure you could sell me if we look at the numbers and math. So why don't we do that privately?
I'm more worried about the doing 2 at once, even though they're small. It's still 2.
It's not as big of a deal as you think it is. I've done it, 2 within 3 months of each other. So, and I had a client who did 6 at once, and I walked her through that. Went from 3 to 9, and we got through that. That was challenging, but we did it. So it's not impossible. Has anybody done that? Done 2 at once?
I did 2 on the same day, Brian.
Same day. Okay. So we want to talk about was it crazy? Was it doable?
It's doable. I mean, the teachers were already in place, the staff was already in place. It was more just of an introduction, so it was pretty easy for us. The hard part came later.
So they were existing centers?
Yes.
Okay, so neither one of these are existing centers. But the good thing is that I can use my wait list. So
Okay.
I'm just
So the challenge, Shelley, with 2 schools starting from scratch is you're going to be operating 2 centers at a loss for 3 to 6 months. And that's, if you have enough reserve cash, that's okay. So that's where you have to look at. One center is tough enough sometimes because you have to have good enough reserve when you start from scratch. Now it's a catch-22. If you buy an existing school, you pay more upfront, but you get cash on day 1. So that's a good thing. Start from scratch, you don't have as much cash outlay up front, but you're losing money until you get the kids built up, which could take 3 to 6 months. So it's a handoff.
Yeah, and I'm not actually that worried about that because I have a wait list of over 100. So I know that I could definitely have them half full. I'm more worried about like the work, like licensing 2 places at once. And
that's easy. I know how organized you are. You'll have no problem with that. My more concern would be on the making sure we get floated and build the schools. And wait lists are very what's the word I'm looking for? Deceiving. 100-kid wait list is probably 10, maybe. So you have to call and check it because they're somewhere else right now, and they have to leave that program, and you're only going to get 10%. So don't rely on that. And I know you got a good program, but they're on a wait list for one certain school. Something else is not what I'm on the wait list for, and that could be a negative or positive. And I'm not trying to be negative toward you, Shelley, at all. I will definitely look at the numbers and help it work it. I'm just careful. Now the 19 again, it's a lot of work for not a whole, The smallest school I ever opened was 49, and I still have one that's 49 that's very profitable, that works really well. So I'm not against the smaller schools. I've
Yeah.
seen, I've seen 50 kids in some states making more money than 150 child schools in other states.
Right.
So it's not the size. And your state is one of the states where you can make money in a smaller school.
I think for me, I just like, I like the smaller schools, like, it's just my vibe, I guess.
Yeah.
If I had to choose a smaller school over a bigger school, I would definitely do the smaller school, but that's just me, you know, everybody's different, so,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I get it.
okay.
I get it. Again, I've seen your smallest school and it was nice. It was good and it's profitable, it makes money. It's not bad, again. But you have the challenges when it comes to director, and sometimes they're harder to staff when you have just 2 or 3 people and you got to transfer people around. And one person out when you have 5 people is a lot different than one person out when you have 30 people.
Mhm.
So and then problems are magnified, the more you go. Billy, you have something to add? Billy has small schools too, so. Oh, Billy, you're muted again. You got that unmuting.
Technical difficulties today. That's what I was gonna say is my schools are all really small. They're under, I think my largest school is 59 or 61. I can't remember the number right now, but the challenge for me was the staffing. So when somebody was out, I do share the directors and I also sit in that spot if needed from the licensing perspective. But I know that they're ran well because they're small and I can see them and I help manage them. The other piece that was a bonus for me was because my centers are so small, it's like an extension of a classroom, right? So I was able to fill it and do a good job at it. And I think that's what I hear you saying is they're your passion. You like them when they're little schools. It's because it's more personable. And so I think it's easier to fill those schools up, especially if you do have a huge wait list. Because I think like what Brian said, 100 is 10 or whatever. But that would be my only thought is thinking about staffing it. And then also what is your real wait list? But you'll probably have no problem filling it up. It's just a matter of how long you can wait. That's where I'm
It's
at right now.
it's definitely easier to fill a 19 than fill 100. So it's probably easier to get you to profitability. Your profitability will probably be at 80% of enrollment, whereas a 100 center probably is 40% enrollment. So that's where the difference lies, but getting there would be easier probably in your area. You're in a desert area in there. So I look at everything with open eyes, I'm not negative at all, and I'd love to talk about it. And I'm kind of mad at you that you didn't call me sooner, so there you go. We'll talk about that when I call you later. But I'm here for you, Shelley. Let's work the numbers. Let's make it work. I know how itchy you are. You're getting bored with the schools you have, right? Like you want some new adventure.
Yeah. I'm a builder. I
Yeah.
like to build things.
I know. Believe me, I was there. I know. Like I had to do, 1 a year at least, and I did 2 in 3 months. That was fun. And then you get to a point where I've had people approach me recently, and I'm like, nope, I'm not in that mode anymore. That season has passed. I'd rather you close your doors and fail, and I'll get all your kids and your staff, and that makes me happy. A lot less work. All right. Cool. All right, I see some new faces in here. Well, not new faces, but faces I haven't seen in a little while, but good to see you. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Karina. Carolyn, how are you doing with your accountability and your QuickBooks? Doing good?
Doing pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, all right, you're smiling, so that's a good sign. All right, I'm gonna text you and make sure that you're up that.
I'm doing good.
All right, good. I'm happy to hear that. All right, Karina, how's things going with the new location?
Brian, surviving a little bit, still working a lot in, in the marketing side. And also the transition is a kind of hard at this moment. We have the interest for Spanish immersion from the families that we are reaching, the new families, but the families that we have right now, they were aiming for and they're trying to get the back of the current teachers. So trying to balance them and changing the strategy because of that. I spoke about that last week, I think.
Awesome.
And we started the new school year in the schools in Raleigh, not here in Waxhaw yet. But let's see how we're gonna do for the new school year. We're starting with less kids because we're having the graduates. So we're working on that strategy right now.
Awesome.
And then,
Okay.
then that is a good opportunity, I think, for the restructuration that we need to do. The new parents are really wanting to see the Spanish immersion. We are selling that, but we don't have that here. Not even the education, the quality. Yes, the building is beautiful now, so check on that. But the difference of what we do with what we have here, it is big. So we have had some parents already saying, I thought it was a Spanish immersion. Maybe in January I will come back. I would like to see something different.
Awesome.
Yeah. So working on that. On
Good.
those
Well, it sounds like
strategies
you've been
and things.
busy.
Yeah. With marketing also. I'm trying
Awesome.
to attract more and more kids, but let's see how it goes.
All right, well, keep us posted. Who else is here? So, hey, what could we help you with? How are you doing? How you feeling? Everything going good? Hey, can you hear me? Hey,
Can you hear me?
hi, Kay. Yeah, hi, Kay. I have a call with you tomorrow, don't I?
Yes, you do. I need to get my stuff ready to send to you too.
Can you guys hear if I just lost her?
My headphones aren't working. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Did I is the only one who lost her, or is it somebody else who's her?
No, my headphones, I plugged them in and unplugged them and they didn't work, and I did it again and now they work, so.
I thought it was me. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here trying to push buttons and plug things, and Siri was helping me out. Sorry, Kay. Hi, what's it going?
So things are going well. Things are picking up a little bit in enrollment. Not as many children as I would like to see, but it's moving upwards. Just got our insurance bill for next year. Not happy about that. So I need to work on what number I need to charge the parents for that. I need to raise rates, but then we're already at the highest price in town. So we don't need to price ourselves out of the market either.
Licensing app for insurance. If your enrollment is down, reduce your license capacity down to save money on insurance. If your state is good about bringing you down in capacity, we've done that before. In years that we've been struggling with enrollment, we just lower our license capacity, which lowers your insurance rates by quite a bit because it's less exposure for them. If you're down on enrollment, it's just an idea.
So that's good and bad. Because we've been in business for so long, our main location was grandfathered in for back when the square footage per child was 20 feet. And now it's 30 feet. And so it would dramatically change. Yes.
Right.
And
forget what I just said.
And I did tell my insurance agent, he had us down for having more children than what we had. And I said, our enrollment is not that, our enrollment is this. So we might get a tad bit of a break, but we added a vehicle.
Yeah.
And
rates have gone up, especially in hurricane prone states and fires and bad weather states. Yours is one of them. Hailstorms. It's caused rates to go up significantly.
Well, and there used to be 9 carriers that would write for Texas, and now there's 2.
Yeah,
and then
that'll do it too.
Then we have an open claim for a lawsuit going on, so
Perfect storm.
I'm kind of stuck. So,
Yeah, I think we're all in that same boat. Does anybody's insurance rates go down in the last year? Nobody. 15 to 20% they've been increasing, it's almost criminal. It's like they have license to steal. Anyway, sorry to hear that, but I'm glad to hear enrollments ticked up, so that's a good sign. Hopefully it'll keep going up and up and up.
yeah, so I think we've gained about 10 in the last 3 weeks, so.
Good. Yeah, hey, slow and steady wins. Your kids go back to school soon?
Monday, I believe.
All right, yeah, you're in an early state, so yeah, now's the time to. And keep in mind that when you miss that window when school starts for kids, 2 weeks after school starts, those are the parents that started with somewhere else that didn't like their current school. So get ads, keep advertising for 2 or 3 weeks after school starts for that back to school, because anybody who started somewhere else and not really happy, going to give a 2-week notice and they go somewhere else. So like continue on and try to steal those. And don't be afraid to put an ad in. Not happy at your current program? We're offering 2 weeks free over at XYZ Preschool. Come on over and check us out. Like, why not? All right, so Karina, you got your hand raised. What can we do to help you? If you're tough.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Just a quick question about the insurance to lower the rates. You said that lower the capacity. How do you lower the capacity? Just when
Yeah,
you
it is.
report it to the insurance, or you need to do something else?
Yeah, so with licensing, what we did was we just contacted licensing. In our state, it's very easy to change license capacity, so I could lower mine down anytime. They know what the max will be. So we just call them and say, can you reduce our license capacity to say 60 from 120? And they were able to do that. Of course, we have to follow that rules at 60. And when you call the insurance company, then they only have a 60 kid exposure and lower the rate significantly. And it's not a bad idea with schools that are starting out. You start out with a license capacity of 225. You're not going to have 225 for 3 years sometimes. So why pay for insurance for 225 spots? So you can get the license increased in stages over time. You don't have to go for that whole license on day one. You could just go for a partial in there. Just let your licensing agent know that I'm going to have 225 eventually, but I only want it in sections for insurance purposes. So because whatever your license capacity is, what your exposure is to the insurance company. It doesn't matter how many kids you have, it's how many you could have. And you're paying on potential, not at actuals. They don't ever look at your revenue more, they look at license capacity. And of course, licensing violations and all those, that's a new thing, licensing violations and all that stuff. So it's just a hack that we've learned over time to save a few bucks in there. So I hope that helps. All right, Ivy, what's going on in Illinois?
Currently, we are so busy with the new school year prep. Actually, we are doing some major changes in ECOL, both 3 locations. Maybe Meg already talk about how we are doing, what we are planning. But currently, we are just in the process of applying all the changes. We are changing our curriculum. We are opening new Spanish immersion classrooms in both 3 locations. So we try to make this happen. We already switched some of our current families, so we will like a soft start with current families and then continue enrolling new ones, and of course try to enroll more and more. But enrollment is currently not at that level that we were planning before, but we are trying hard. We did some festival so that we try to reach more people, and at the end of August we will attend another one. Busy, but we are happy.
Good. So you got a lot of things going on there.
Yes, it is.
We'll give my best to Meg. I know she's done
Of
traveling.
course.
I talked to her yesterday or day
She
before.
just come back and she's so busy to catch up with the what happened during the July and with the new school year prep. She's busy right now, but I will say your hi to her. Thank you so much.
Tell her I was thinking about her. All right. And Nancy, what's going on in Louisiana?
Well, in the last couple of weeks, we've had a couple of kids drop out because the school system all of a sudden has openings for them. So,
Mm.
we're gonna be bringing in some more kids with that. So we have a few tours going on right now, so I think we'll be fine. But it was a surprise. They've never done that before where it's this close to the school year that where all of a sudden kids are leaving. So, but otherwise everything's fine. They're taking care of everything at the school and I'm kind of bored.
Need to find some real estate, Nancy.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I've got some ideas I'm working on, so I'll be reaching out to you to help you guys out. So, all right. Billy, you want to give us an update? What's going on in Washington?
Sure. So my new center is, are currently doing tours, and getting ready to open that up the first week in September, which is pretty exciting. So, I think we had, 5 tours and we've enrolled all 5, so that's a start. And then we have some kiddos, that are gonna move over from the other location just because of movement. But, the thing I wanted to bring up was, I had my first problem with a parent wanting to be paid back for an injury that happened at the child care center. Just wanted to bring it up. It was an absolute accident. It wasn't negligence on anybody's part. It was reported properly to the family. And she met with my director. She was very upset. She left this bill and wanted me to pay for it. And then yesterday, or this morning, or I talked to her yesterday, and she wanted to disenroll her son. And we ended the phone call with me, even though it was outside of our policy, because, we're not responsible to pay for those things. It's stated in our handbook. But I decided to pay for it, and I would give her the $400. And then she wants to bring her child back. So it ended on a really great note, I thought. I felt really good about it. And then this morning she wrote me an email and wants me to compensate her for lost wages.
All right.
There we go.
So
I don't know what to do.
questions. All right, a couple questions. Do you have a student accident policy at your school? Okay,
Yes,
that's what should be paying that, not you.
correct.
And so that I would give it a claim on that, and they could get wages through that, but they could settle and get it out of your hands, and it shouldn't be you at all dealing with that stuff. That's the reason we have a policy, is so they don't go to our general liability and they don't sue us, because that's what's going to happen. And student accident, they quick pay, and that absolves us of having to go to liability. If they go to liability, it's going to raise your rates. Student accident won't raise your liability rates, so let it hit that. So I would immediately say, here's my claim number, go to there, because it's not gonna hurt you. It doesn't like raise your rates going to student accident. So that's the policy to go to. And I think they'll pay for some of that wage stuff. Is that have you thought of doing that, or are you just reluctant to do that?
A little of both. Just like everybody else with insurance, I've never had a claim, and I've been dropped from my insurance because of one of the houses is a fixed mobile home. So it's hard to find insurance for that particular location. And my worry is that I'm gonna get dropped. That's my only
Student
hesitation.
accident is different though. It's not, it's a lot different type of policy that and the rate in the what they pay is a whole lot less. So they can't get hit with the millions of claims. So they're able to keep it affordable, and they're not going to drop you for a claim in there. So if you've already paid her the 400 in there, so you can say, listen, I'll turn this over to my student accident policy. Here's the claim number. You could talk to them. Maybe they'll help you out with those wages. Then it's out of your hand. But 400 is cheap.
I know.
We've had $20,000 and $50,000 little medical claims. So on our student accident, we had a 50,000 claim that paid, and it didn't raise our rates at all, and they didn't drop us. So it's a pretty good policy for $2,000 a year that we pay for that. So Jessica, something to add?
I was just gonna say I had this happen for the first time a couple months ago, and we have an accident policy, and I just gave the parent the information. And I think it's like a $25,000 max is what it is at our policy, but it's completely separate. Like he said, it's not even the same vendor. Like our vendor is like Great American Francis Dean,
yeah.
something like that. That's who we use. And we just renewed with them and had no issues. I think we pay like $1,400 a year, and it's super easy, but I'm always so reluctant to give somebody like money or give them a credit on their account for anything. Cause I'm like, I feel like that like kind of admits fault, you know? So I'm just like,
Yes.
I can't give you money, and I can't, I just tell them it's against the rules or whatever. They don't know. But it sounds like, if she was okay yesterday and now she's not okay, like she's probably just going to keep. So I
Milking
may
them.
just send her that and then just go ahead and take her withdrawal, because she's just going to be a problem going forward.
That's exactly how I feel about it. Like, I don't want to be insensitive. I need to double check with my insurance company that I do have this separate student accident policy. So I'm going to pull my policy when we get off the call and make sure, and then kind of go from
If
there.
you don't,
And then,
then you need to get one.
I know that's what I'm hearing. And then the other piece was, I contacted my attorney, and so I have a meeting with them this afternoon at 4 o'clock, just because I want to be able to respond appropriately. So that way I'll have more information when I sit down with them about this, if I have the student accident policy. So.
Yeah. So I will tell you this, this just for you, Jessica. So I use a Leaf Insurance, and the student accident that we use, I forget the name of the company we have, but their limit is 250,000. And I was actually surprised at how much else we get for no more cost than what I used to have for 25,000. So you might want to look at theirs, and even if you just went to them for that, it's a really good student accident through Blake. I forget the name of the company. I just pay the bill when it comes in, and it's a standalone. That's all they offer is just student accident. So
And what was the
it's
name of, you said you don't remember the name of it, correct?
if you contact Blake at a Leaf Insurance, he's the one
Okay.
that sells the product. It's the one he sells the student accident policy. It just the limits I've never seen that high, which is good because it covers not many injuries up that high, and if it keeps it off for general liability, that's a bonus.
Yeah,
So
for
I recommend that one, and again, we've had claims on it, and it's so good that parent, oh, we're so sorry. Here's a claim number. We'll be sure to take care of you through our insurance company, and it solves you of responsibility. And they think they're getting a settlement, and you're not even going near your general liability, and that just solves problems. If you try to hide and don't try to accept responsibility, and then it could extend these lawsuits. That's where they come. And we've been sued before we got sued to accident, and now we haven't since we've got. All right, Nancy, something to add or something new?
No, I just wanted to add to it. I know you keep calling it a student accident policy, but I have an accident policy where I can use it for my teachers also. So like I've had a teacher cut her hand on a can opener and had her just do it through my accident policy, or when they fall and get hurt or something, just let them go through the accident policy. It keeps them from your workers' comp and your liability insurance. So I've done that a lot.
I haven't seen that before, Nancy. I'd love to hear more about it. So if you
Yeah.
could send me more information about it, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's just mine's just an accident policy. It's not just a student accident. It's just an accident policy.
Yeah, I'd like to see that how it rates up, and especially with, I don't know, some states are really strict on workers' comp. Where if you took a claim like that, like we're required to report all employee injuries within 24 hours, whether they got care or not, to workers' comp board. I don't know how that would fall if we paid for care outside. So just again, it could be some states are a little tricky when it comes to workplace injuries.
I still report. I will report it to my company, but then I make the claim underneath my accident policy. If they don't want to make a big old workman's comp, it's just something
Yeah.
small that they just want to get their bill paid for. I just send it through that and just I've done that a couple times.
Pretty good deal. That sounds
The
really good.
accident thing worked out really well. A long time ago, we used to take kids on field trips, and we were there, and a kid fell and busted his tooth out of his mouth, and they paid for the whole thing. So
Nice. Do you know what your limits are with that?
I don't remember. I don't know.
Good. Yeah, that's good. I mean, again, always nice to have different options out there for sure. Anybody else on the insurance issue or any other issue? We still have about 10 minutes left to cover it. Carolyn, want to give us an update? Sorry, I didn't pick on you yet. course, you didn't mind.
As far as the QuickBooks, I'm doing pretty good on. Insurance, I'm paying through the roof with the insurance. And
Yeah.
it's really high. And a lot of other childcare centers in my area are being dropped by their carrier. They're just dropping childcare centers, but I had to really dive into everything that I'm paying. By the time you take this policy and this policy and this policy, add them all together, and I couldn't believe the figure. I was really stunned, and
Yeah.
angry when I saw it. But I also do have the accident insurance. That does. I haven't had to use it, thank goodness. But it's just not nice to know if I have to that it's there, and it's very cheap. That part is cheap. It's the other part that costs a lot.
I
Um,
tell you, if more providers had student accident, rates wouldn't be as high. Because these lawsuits and these molestations and things like that, that people get sued
yes,
for millions, has hurt everybody.
it has. It's gotten really bad. Um, I mean, mine compared to last year went up like 20 some $1,000.
It's huge.
That hurt. That really did.
Yeah, you bit the bullet last year. Some people got hit more the year before. It has to do with timing. And yeah,
Mhm.
and keep in mind your competitors are being hit with that too. And that's why you're seeing centers closing and people are just not making it financially in certain markets. So um yeah, that's tough. What about the schools? How they doing? How's enrollment?
Um, Enrollment's still down, but it's just down in this area. Mine are predominantly subsidy, and they're releasing absolutely no vouchers right now. And whenever they release no vouchers, that really puts a hurting on us. So right now, all four centers are low. They need we need the applicants, but there's no vouchers out there right now. They got a freeze on them.
All right. So I'm going to do a quick poll here. I just did this in the last one. And talks about if your center's up or down this year, last year. It's anonymous. I won't see who's answering what. I'm going to launch a poll in here. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Darn it. In the poll. Sorry. Thought I had the same poll in there. Give me 1 minute to get this queued up. Monica, you take over while I get this queued up.
You're muted, I think.
You're on mute.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
About that, just talking away. Okay, Carolyn, I just wanted to see if you had read the update that we got from the state around them putting together a insurance task force for childcare in North
Ye-
Carolina.
Yes, uh-huh.
Hopefully that will help us in some positive way to lower the insurance because
Yeah, I sent all my stuff into Charles, who's the director of NCLCCA, so he's got all the information so that they can, the association can really fight it for us.
Yeah.
And I hope they win.
they will. It's way too high.
All right.
Okay.
It's
Got my poll here.
all right. Here's the poll. And just asking if your program is doing in 25. Is your enrollment profitability up or is your enrollment profitability down? It was 60% down, 40% up in the leverage group. So we just want to see where people are. So you can see if you're struggling a little bit, you're not alone. And if you're having a really good year, like our centers, we're in record profitability this year. It's just sometimes it just that our market corrected earlier than some other markets. That's all. We've had some closures. So we're at 50-50 right now, and everybody answered. Thank you everybody for answering there. We're at 56% up, 44% that are down this year. So then you can know how you are compared to other people. So it's about really what the leverage group was. We don't identify who was what. I just wanted to share that with you that, you know, if you're down a little bit and your profitability is down from last year, you're not alone. We've had people struggling. I think it's a countrywide thing right now. The birth rates are incredibly down where they were 3 years ago. They're having less babies. And they had less babies 3 years ago that are now, guess what? Preschool age. So it's working its way through the pipeline. And there's less babies being born this year too, because it's so darn expensive to raise them. So they're holding off on them. and which is going to waterfall through the economy. As you can see, there's a backlog on there, so and there's too many childcare centers for it. So it's a market correction is happening, and it'll happen. Just you're going to stay in long enough to benefit from it. So we're here to help you guys, weather through. We've been through COVID. We've been through staffing challenges. We've come across every single thing. It's not a big deal. I love you guys talking about expansion. That just makes me excited because you just double down, because now is the time to go buy. Now's the time to buy when people are struggling. I'd rather see you buy an existing school that's already making money and start from scratch, unless you're in a desert area, and then you're okay to do that. So it all depends. All right. Who's got a win you want to leave us with, or we got 4 minutes left? Something quick you want to get help with, something you want to get clarification on, or something you want to just leave with a high note and a win?
Ryan, I just want to thank you for the new book.
You guys get the apology book?
New book.
If you haven't, it's coming.
Thank you.
It's pretty good, isn't it, Nancy?
Yes, it is.
I tell you, when Carol has to apologize to me, it never landed. Like, she never spoke my apology language. So to me, it was like off a rock. And it was definitely, and I realized I wasn't speaking her apology language either. And so we got this book and we both read it. And we're like, oh my God, we just weren't speaking that language, because saying a sorry means nothing to me. Like, how are you going to solve the problem? Like, I need to know how it's not going to happen again. And I just need that reassurance. And by me able to share that with her, it changed everything in the relationship. And that's why I wanted to share the book with everybody like this. And this helps you with your director. It helps you with your children. It's a really, really good book. So please read it.
Earl asked me what I was reading this morning. I said, Brian sent me a book about apologies. He said, "You're going to apologize?" Well, now I'm not.
You said I'm reading it for you. So you're welcome, Nancy, and please read those books. They're really, really helpful. And I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I know what I'm doing in September. Brian's got a new book out. It's going to be published. I'm going to send you a copy of my new book, Childcare Multi-Millionaire. It's a really good. I'm so proud of this. It's really the best one I've done. So it goes really in depth, and I'm going to send a nice autographed copy out to everybody. And the second it gets published, so we're in final editing right now. That's my best one. And Shelley, you're really going to love it, because it really goes all in on the expansion side and the big bin bunny side. And for the adventure seekers and the challenge people, you're going to love that. It really pushes the envelope. And Shelley, give me a call tomorrow, or text me tomorrow. Like that. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more in depth and help you through this. I'm going to find a way to make this work for you.
All
Right?
Thank you.
I know you're so determined. All right. I'm excited. And Jessica, have a parent meeting with your parents, like have an open house with pizza or parent meeting. And introduce yourself and let you know, and try to maybe have a time where you don't, like a 6-month moratorium on any parent change. Like, so let them know that things aren't going to change immediately. That it'll be slowly. Maybe the parent can, but maybe the vacation thing changes quickly. But as far as nothing major. So I'm not going to make anything major changes in there.
Yeah.
So but you want to
I
have a
wasn't going to
meeting.
make any changes that weren't necessary to keep the doors, unless they were necessary to keep the doors open. Like, anything that I do is solely to make sure that that you have a program for your children to come to. Other than that, I'm good.
Well, congratulations to you and Jeremy. And you see it open in September, right? Your closing is Monday.
We close on the building on the real estate Friday, and then the license will transfer later in the month. So we'll take over then.
So you'll be official like 1st of September sometime. So, well, congratulations. I love that. You're building equity. You're building your real estate portfolio. That's your retirement plan. So love seeing that. Love hearing it. So congrats there. All right, guys, we're here to help you. Oh, Diane, my God, I didn't even see Diane over there. You were hiding under a window that I had open, and I didn't even see you on there, Diane. So I'm going to extend this call. Diane, oh my God, Jen, you're here too? I didn't even see you in there. Oh my God, forgive me. You guys were hiding under a window. I didn't even know you were in there. Diane's like, what am I, chopped liver? Hi, Diane. What's going on with you?
Oh, I'm like, oh, I got away with it. No.
I am so sorry.
Oh, good. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Things are going good.
Just a little disappointed that I didn't get my beach house because it's full of termites, but otherwise I'm good.
Well, you can come down to visit Carol and I at our beach house. All right.
Yeah, but all good.
All right. Well, good seeing you. And somebody was telling me today on a call how much they enjoyed your cohort that you did, how much it helped them on a coaching call. So good job. The cohort you did, they said it was very helpful to them.
Oh.
So thank you for that. All right, Jen, what's going on with you real quick for an update?
Oh, no worries. And I'm sorry, I was a little bit late. I couldn't find the email and then it went to the wrong email address. So I sent you you and Monica a message just to see if you guys could update my email for me for the Dynasty stuff. But it's going. We're figuring things out.
You sent the email to who, Jen? I'm sorry.
I just sent a message in actually in the chat to you and Monica, I think it was.
All right, I'm not seeing.
I believe.
Hey, Julie,
That's
can you
okay.
send me an
If
email?
not,
Oh, there it is.
yeah, I'll
Okay, there it
just
is.
oh, okay. I was
All
like, I
right,
can send
I will
it to the
copy
help.
this over to Lauren, have her take care of that.
Yeah, because I have some going to one email and some going to a different email, and I'm trying to get everything shifted. So to the email address
I'll
that's a
get
little
it
bit
sent
more
in.
professional.
I'll send a message to Lauren and get that changed for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Larry, thank you for indulging me for an extra 2 minutes here. Sorry I missed you guys. There's probably somebody else hiding in there and they're gonna have to get away with it. So that's what happens. You get so many open windows on my screen here, but appreciate all you guys. Carol and I do. If you need anything, just give me a text and we'll see you soon. If you haven't booked a call in a while, get on my calendar and we'll see you soon. Have a good week.